What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope everybody's having a great day. Um, it's kind of crazy how fast shit changes. Actually, that sun, oh my god, that sun is bright. Let me move over here because maybe the sun won't be in my eyes. Sit over here. Um, nope, still in my eyes. Okay, let me look this way. There we go. That's better. Shit changes fast because I got up this morning. It was an ice storm. Literally, it was an ice storm. And in fact, all the trees had icicles hanging from them. My truck, which is in the shop at the moment, I had to scrape ice off of it. And it was icy. It literally was icy. Schools went to school 2 hours late. And right now, it's got to be 60 degrees. I'm out here in short sleeve, and this feels like springtime. That's how fast shit can change. And I guess that's a great thing about life that, sometimes you have bad times happen, shit changes. And maybe that'll be the Dallas Cowboys from this past season to next season. We can hope. Now, it's my contention here that Micah Parsons has basically put the death nail in D-Law coming back to the Dallas Cowboys. I'm going to say that because I know that there seems like last year there was a little bit of tension and so on, with Malik Hooker, D-Law talking about being tired. And there were a couple times where Micah Parsons kind of threw people under the bus. And it was around that time that, you heard Sean and RJ talking about how the Cowboys were a little tired of Micah Parsons' stick. Be that as it may, Micah Parsons is a member of the Dallas Cowboys and arguably the best player that they have. You can see the difference on our defense for those out there that say, trade Micah. We can get a couple of number ones. You might get a couple of number ones, but would you say, let me ask you this, would you trade Tyler Guyton and Mozzie Smith for Micah Parsons? Seriously, would you trade Mozzie Smith and Tyler Guyton for Micah Parsons? You'd probably say, what are you talking about? Hell no. Because that's what we're talking about. Conceivably, that's the last two number one picks we've had. When you talk about trading Micah Parsons, you could end up with a situation like that. It's not that often that you come out with a guy who starts his career out with 50 or more sacks the first 4 years. There's only been two. And like it or not, when you heard Micah Parsons saying that this reset button, he said reset button. This reset button is almost like a changing of the guard between the old and the new style players. Well, he's definitely the new style player. I don't think he's considered himself one of the old ones. The old ones, when we look at our defense and the players that are going to be going, look at the free agents. Free agents we have, he's already gone on board and said, we need to bring back Osa. We heard him say we got to bring back Goldston. Okay, so those are two of the free agents on the defense. When you start looking at D-Law is definitely long in the tooth. Donovan Wilson may not be there. Malik Hooker, who we know that Micah Parsons had a beef with in the offseason, that's kind of the older guard that you have. You've got Linval Joseph, although I think they'd probably bring him back. And Carl Lawson, I think they'd bring back Carl Lawson because he'd probably be a veteran minimum, although, with the 4.5 sacks he's had, he might garner some interest as well. So when you hear Micah talk about Dak Prescott's contract, that other teams have their quarterbacks on a smaller contract, he's throwing shade at Dak's contract and I guess in a way saying, I want to get mine too. Or he's saying, Dak, you need to give up some of your money if we're going to win. And maybe he is saying that too. I don't know what he's trying to say. But I know when he talks about the changing and the reset, I think that means it's definitely the end for D-Law. Talking to my buddy Game Time Brian, he's like, D-Law has been a great run stopper and wouldn't mind seeing him come back. My thought is D-Law in the last couple of years has been more like Tyron Smith as far as injuries go, that your best ability is your availability, and he's not available like he used to. And there's no guarantee that foot is going to heal right, because that foot has been a problem nagging for quite a while. And so at this point, he may end up being a Washington Commander. That just may be the case. The other thing that was interesting is Myles Garrett, where Micah Parsons kind of put it, it'd be great to have him on there, but, signing me and him, that there ain't enough money to be there to have both of them. It seemed like Myles Garrett was more of one who said that if it was important, that the front office would figure out a way to do that. And if you're talking about not re-signing it, because I look at it like this. If you are going to keep Osa and Digazula, then you're not going to be able to have a chance for Myles Garrett. But if you went out and got Myles Garrett, which to me is more of a we're trying to win now mode the next 2-3 years, you go through and you bring in Myles Garrett and you're trying to do everything you can to win in the next couple of years while you still have Dak. And I would look at it like this. I wouldn't have a problem flipping the trigger for Dak Prescott's contract and putting it off, because what you're going to do when Dak Prescott is done is you're probably going to be drafting another quarterback, in which case you can absorb that money down there, because you're not going to be paying the quarterback as much money because you're drafting a quarterback to replace him. So there's really not necessarily the problem that everybody thinks. We ended up eating 27 million dollars of Tony Romo's contract the first 2 years of Dak. And so you're okay because you reset it. It's kind of like with Denver when they let go Russell Wilson. It was okay because they ended up drafting a young guy whose contract wasn't as big. So I think that this definitely means this is the end of D-Law, coming back with what Micah Parsons said. It's Micah Parsons. You wanted the juice? You got the juice now. Man, I can't believe that sun is that warm and that bright. I'm literally going to open up the front door here and let the air come on through. And then it's going to snow on Saturday. Shit is crazy, people. Peace out.